Hello everyone, I'm Sabrina and I'm 26 years old. I'm using fake names for the sake of my identity. This is a story about how I dealt with my bully mother-in-law and husband. I hope you all enjoy it. I'll start from the beginning so you can have a clearer picture of how life has been for me. I was in the prime of my modeling career, fresh out of community college at 23, standing at 5 feet 9 with green eyes and a skinny frame. While I was not strutting down runways, I did gigs for various small brands, clothes, jewelry, and sometimes even ads for car dealerships. It was not a steady gig, but it was something I was passionate about. To make ends meet, I also worked part-time as a waitress. Then came Marco, entering my life through mutual acquaintances. We clicked instantly, and after a year and a half of dating, he popped the question. I said yes, and we were ready to embark on our journey together. We were not swimming in wealth, but we were ambitious and determined. After tying the knot, I moved into Marco's place, and well, it was not just the two of us. My mother-in-law, Rebecca, lived with us because she owned the place. I thought it was just a temporary situation. Little did I know it was just the beginning of chaos. The moment I got married and stepped into Marco's house, everything took a turn. Marco transformed into a different person around his mother, a complete mama's boy. Sure, everyone has a bit of that, but Marco's case was on another level. Living under the same roof with Rebecca meant facing a set of challenges I hadn't anticipated. Rebecca started to complain about my job first. Sabrina, you were working at the diner, waitressing day and night, yet bringing in so little money. I've told you before, even before you married Marco, you should let go of this modeling gig and find something more solid. I get what you're saying, Rebecca. I don't completely want to give up on modeling, but I do agree I need to move on from waitressing and put my degree to use to find something more stable and secure. Mom's right, Sabrina. You are living in this house too. It has been 4 months since we got married, and the bills keep piling up. I can only make so much from my construction business. You are 24, for God's sake. If it was meant for you to be famous, it would have happened. But that clearly is not working out. Stop living in a fantasy world. Look at all these bills piling up. You are part of this family and you should contribute. You need to think about the future, Sabrina. Okay, I'll try to find something else. Look up a job or something. Well, there I was, not blaming Rebecca and Marco because, truth be told, they were right. I needed to contribute to the household. I also thought they were looking out for me because they wanted me to evolve. So I started applying to different jobs using the skills I had to offer. Within 2 months, I landed a desk job managing some online work and dealing with customers over the phone. It was a significant step up from waitressing, and it came with a decent paycheck. I decided it was time to talk to my modeling agent. I explained that I was moving on and backing out from the modeling scene. It's not like I had a flourishing career in it, especially since I hadn't scored a single gig since getting married. So that was the end of my brief modeling career at that point in time. I knew modeling was not going to help me end up in a stable position in the long haul. I was not that naive. It felt like a weight lifted off my shoulders. My new job provided stability, and I was ready to embrace this change. The desk job might not have been as glamorous as posing for photo shoots, but it was a practical step towards financial contribution and building a future with Marco. I was determined to make it work, proving to Rebecca and Marco that I could handle the responsibilities that came with being a part of their family. Well, someone has got a proper job finally. Oh, it's not much, but shush. It is a pretty good paycheck. Exactly. Now that you are earning, how about we stop dipping into my little savings to pay the mortgage? You can start handling it from your paycheck. What do you say, Sabrina? I think I can give it a chance. How much is the mortgage, if you don't mind me asking? The house we are in is decent and the mortgage is almost $3,000. $3,000? That is my entire salary. Well, it is slightly less than that. You will still be able to save a couple of $100. I have just started this job and it might take a while for me to get a raise or a promotion. It's not like you're going anywhere, Sabrina. You are living here with us, so we want your full contribution. Any problems? Well, I'll be happy to help for as long as I can. That is what I like to hear. It's time for you to work your ass off now. At first, I did not see it as a red flag. Let me tell you a bit about my own family so you get a clearer picture. My relationship with my parents was never close, and I moved out of the house as soon as I turned 18. My parents were abusive and made me feel like I was a burden to them. There were arguments almost every day, so I did what I had to do. I was not entirely sure how things worked in the proper household, and I thought maybe contributing to Rebecca's mortgage was the right thing to do. So I agreed. I already had some savings in my account, to be honest, so it was not like I was completely broke. That is how things were for the first 3 months. Every month when my paycheck came, I saved $300 from it, to be exact, and handed over the $2,700 for the mortgage. Things seemed to be going well, or at least I thought they were. Marco covered the groceries and other expenses. He even took me out on dates to keep our dying marriage alive. But living with Rebecca, we were not getting the space we wanted to blossom as a couple. I often spoke to Marco about getting our own apartment. He always said he needed to stay with his mom a little longer. It felt weird because he used to say he would think about it, but we never actually did. I decided to take matters into my own hands, but then another problem emerged. His ex-girlfriend, Candace. Candace, it's been forever. So thrilled to see you. Hey, Candace. Long time no see. Wow, it has been ages since we caught up. Hi, Rebecca and Marco, of course. And you are? Hi, I'm Sabrina, Marco's wife. Oh, Marco. Who knew that you would be the first one to get married? Oh, by the way, babe, this is Candace. She used to live down the street. That reminds me, what brings you here? You and your whole family moved out of this place years ago. Yeah, we were going to sell this property, so I just came here to see if it needed any repairs and to talk to some potential buyers. Yeah, you had a beautiful house down there. By the way, honey, look at that body. You still look like you're 18, and the glow on your cheeks. Amazing. Oh, you are flattering me, Rebecca. So, is there a lucky man? No, not really. Oh, what a bummer. Sometimes I wish things would have gone differently. I would have had grandkids inheriting your ocean blue eyes and blonde locks. Rebecca winked at Candace and nudged her arm. Mom, stop making her feel uncomfortable with your silly jokes. I gotta go now, but take my number down. We can get some drinks while I'm in town. Sounds good, Marco. That would be great. I was like, what in the world just happened? Who was this mystery Candace, and what could have been different? Marco never breathed a word about her to me. Now, I'm not one to jump to conclusions or let insecurity take the wheel. Maybe they were just old pals from the block, I thought to myself. Anyway, I carried on with the day. I did the usual grind, work, home, and wait for Marco to stroll in. At night, when it was just the two of us in our bedroom, I asked Marco who Candace was. Hey, babe, about Candace this morning. Who is she, and what was all that chat? Look, honey, I don't want you getting the wrong idea, okay? Candace and I go way back. We grew up together. She lived down the block. We were more than friends for a while, but things just didn't work out. I was here doing community college while she went off to some fancy place, but it is ancient history. Don't overthink it. Well, it seemed like your mom really likes her a lot. Yeah, Mom's always had a soft spot for Candace. She thought she was the whole package, and I was a fool to let her go. Anyway, let us call it a night. Work awaits us tomorrow. Well, there I was, kind of ticked off that Marco never spilled the beans about his history with this girl, Candace. I mean, why keep it a secret? Even when I met her and introduced myself as Marco's wife, she still casually gave my husband her number. I did not want to seem petty, so I thought they were just old friends catching up. Marco never brought it up again, and I figured she was not staying forever, right? I was not one to hold on to grudges for too long, so I let it slide, thinking things would go back to normal. Little did I know that Candace's appearance was about to stir up even more chaos in this house. It all kicked off during dinner one night with Marco and Rebecca at the table. Sabrina, I think you should go a little easy on these carbs. Did you see Candace the other day? That girl has looks men can kill for. Too bad you let her go, Marco. Mom, I am where I am right now. Saying such things will not make a difference. Well, I know I have put on some weight. It is because I've been working at the desk for so long, sitting all day. When I was waitressing, I was on my feet, up and running all the time. But now that I'm always sitting, I think it's natural for me to gain a bit of weight. You should work on yourself. Look at Marco. He's such a good-looking guy. You would not want people to say things behind your back, would you? No, I would not like that. You should go on a diet and stop making excuses about why you're gaining all this weight. It is not like you are doing a top job that pays you a lot. It's just a mediocre desk job. Stop victimizing yourself. Well, Mom, that is a harsh way to put it. But hey, Sabrina, Mom has a point. I get it. I'll try to be more conscious of what I eat and maybe hit the park in the morning for a run or something. The comments Rebecca made at the dinner table were more than just a tad hurtful. It was not a one-time thing. It became a regular dose of body shaming and comparisons. Sure, I was gaining a bit of weight, but who wouldn't after working a 10-hour day? I had come home dead tired, and the last thing on my mind was hitting the gym. Rebecca's comparisons to Candace were the worst. She would say, "Look at Candace, she went to a good college, not wasting time on useless things like modeling." It stung, because it felt like she was saying my choices were worthless. Another incident was when Rebecca found an old photo of me from my modeling days. Instead of appreciating it for what it was, a part of my past, she sneered. "Well, look at you then, and look at you now." It was a low blow. But the cruelest was when she brought up my family. Knowing I was not close to my parents, she said, "Candace comes from a good family, unlike you. She's got a stable background." It was a dig at my past, a past I did not choose. Rebecca seemed to enjoy highlighting my flaws and belittling my choices. Every comment she made felt like a slap, a constant reminder that I did not meet her standards. I talked to Marco about moving out. "Marco, I've been trying to tell you this. Rebecca's been really harsh on me lately. I've mentioned 100 times that we make enough money now to move out on our own. Why do you want to stay here with your mom?" "Sabrina, what do you want from me? When we were dating, I was living with my mom. You used to come over here on the weekends, right?" "Yeah, I did, but things were different then. It was just for the weekend. Not this constant nagging from your mom, the comparisons to Candace." "Well, I do not think she's wrong, is she?" "What do you mean? Are you saying I'm not attractive to you anymore?" If we're talking about attractiveness, we all know Candace is more attractive than you. You used to be different, not like this. Marco, seriously? You were taking her side on this? I'm working a desk job for 10 hours a day, and the money I earn, almost all of it goes to pay her mortgage. I've been trying, but it is exhausting. I can't always look like I'm going to a photo shoot. I'm just saying that you have let yourself go a bit. Candace takes care of herself and she is successful. Maybe Mom was right. I could not believe what Marco had said. It felt like he was not even attracted to me anymore, and that stung. His words echoed in my mind that I was not successful and that I had let myself go. It was the first time I really felt worthless after hearing the words come out of Marco's mouth. That night and the next morning, I could not bring myself to talk to Marco. When I returned home after work the next night, it was already late. I had worked some extra hours, and there he was, looking polished, with Rebecca adjusting his bow tie. What is with the fancy get-up? Well, I called Candace. I thought Marco needed a break from you. What do you mean? Marco does not need a break from me. Actually, I do, thanks to Mom. I've got a drink date with Candace tonight, a much-needed escape. Are you kidding? You are admitting you're going to see another woman? I'm your wife, Marco. Mom was right. Your modeling thing was a flop. Maybe you were not pretty enough. No one wanted to hire you. After dating Candace, I have seriously lowered my standards by marrying a fat pig like you. She must have had a good laugh behind our backs when you told her that you are my wife. How embarrassing. You should be ashamed of yourself. Did you know what she told me today? She's a lawyer. Now that is what I call a successful woman. This is insane. How could you? I've been trying my best to help you guys since I came here, Rebecca. I literally pay your mortgage. Go stuff your face with food and shut up. Son, don't ruin your mood because of her, and have a great night. Sure, Mom. I could not believe what had just happened. No one had ever disrespected me like that before. I've had enough of their bullshit. As Marco left for his date, I went into my room with tears in my eyes. I knew I needed to be strong. I shed a few tears, got 2 huge bags, packed all my belongings and everything I could fit, and left without leaving a note. I did not even know where to go, so I stayed at a motel for about a week. In that week, I found myself in a 1-room apartment. This time, it was not going to be a pity party. I decided to level up, lost the 20 pounds I gained, thanks to their body-shaming drama. Now, you guys can get an idea of the level of body-shaming I was put through for having a normal body. I was grinding, work, gym, chores, all by myself. The most ridiculous part was Marco did not even try to reach out or convince me to come back. He just dropped me a text the day after his date, calling me a loser, saying I can hide for as long as I want because that is what losers do. And no word from him ever since. I had no friends, no family, but I did not lose hope. When I got back in good shape, I went for a modeling audition. The gig was anonymous, and they had not revealed the details yet. It was my chance to show everyone, especially Marco, that I could make it on my own. I was not going to let their words define me. I nailed that audition and landed a callback. Now, here is the twist. They chose me to represent a makeup line, and not just any line, mind you. It was associated with a renowned internet personality. To maintain confidentiality, I will not spill the beans on brand names or the people involved. Believe it or not, my face graced platforms like YouTube and other prominent social media channels, but it did not stop there. I secured a good amount for that gig, and it opened more doors for me. The cherry on top was I could also catch glimpses of me in some niche fashion magazines. It was like all my dreams were coming true. So it had been like 2 months since I ghosted Rebecca and Marco. I had been basking in my success. And guess what? I did not forget to show off a bit. As it turned out, I obviously had left some of my stuff at their place, and I thought, why not pay them a surprise visit? So without overthinking it, I hopped in my car and drove straight to their place. I was kind of excited about revealing my new and improved self just to see the look on their faces. It was going to be epic. They had no clue what was about to hit them. I knocked on the door and Rebecca told me to get it. Sabrina, what's going on? Why are you here? Oh my God, look at you. You look different. Oh, just needed to grab a few things and wow, yeah, look at me. Lost some weight, upgraded my style, cutting off toxic vibes really does wonders, right? Looks like you grew a tongue too. Anyway, where's Marco? He must be home. It is a Sunday. I thought I would say hi. He is in the backyard. Marco, come here. You need to see this. Marco walked into the room. He looked different. He grew a beard and he looked different. I could not quite point it out, but he looked like he had been through a rough time. What's up? Oh, Sabrina, you've changed. I was actually thinking about you. I wanted to let you know nothing happened between me and Candace that night, by the way. Marco, do you think I'm here so that you can feed me your lies? You never noticed the things I did for you. Did you forget the struggles? And now you are acting like you care. I'm not the same Sabrina anymore. I have got a pretty good life going on. Take a look at this. I handed Marco a magazine. That is me on the cover. You would also want to check out page 2. Wait, is this you in a magazine? You look great. Show me the damn thing. Turns out it was you two holding me back. Now I'm free. Reaching new heights, as you can see. If only you guys would have supported me. This is unbelievable. I did not realize. Sweetie, hear me out. Things have changed now. You've hit a new goal in life. I bet they paid you some good bucks for this. And most importantly, we are still married, right? I knew I made a grave mistake by going on that so-called date. But trust me, Candace was gone for good. It is funny how you never cared before. Now you want me back? Marco's right, dear. I did not value your help with the mortgage before. Things could be different now. We can get back to how things were. Look at you two. This is pathetic. You think you guys can manipulate me and walk all over me like a doormat all over again? I'm done. None of this is happening. In fact, Marco, I will be sending divorce papers soon. Sabrina, please, let us talk about this. Nah, I'm done talking. It's time to move on. You will be hearing from my lawyers soon. Now, if you think this is a fairy tale ending, think again. Real life is not a movie, and modeling dreams do not pay the bills unless you are strutting for Gucci or Versace. Fast forward a year and here I am, single and thriving at 26. Life took a turn and boy am I glad it did. I have a whole world of possibilities in front of me. Career-wise, I am an influencer manager, a job that lets my creative side shine and never lets the model in me die. The paycheck is sweet as well. I have made a lot of friends who seem genuine. And just a week ago, I scored myself a cozy apartment too. As for Marco and Rebecca, who knows what they're up to? Last I heard, Marco was drowning in regret, begging for forgiveness, right up until the divorce papers hit. But you know what? Life's been pretty darn good without them. I got married at a very young age, and as sweet as it sounds, it does not always work out for everyone. For now, I'm working on myself, trying to expand my horizons. So, a few words for the people who need it. Follow your passion and do not let others define your words. Adios.